What does the 85th anniversary mean for a theatre? For a theatre, it means that it has a rich repertoire, a loyal audience, established traditions, and an entertaining story. Anniversary is a good reason to celebrate an important date with friends, including acclaimed soloists and young musicians, old and new friends, and of course, the audience. In honor of its anniversary, the Abai State Academic Opera and Ballet Theatre organized a full-scale festival and presented performances included in the Golden Collection of Opera and Ballet art. This is primarily a cultural and educational festival, and we pay great attention to the educational component of the event. This year is the Year of Youth, and of course, we would like to draw the attention of youth to opera. When we started to think about the main idea of the festival, we knew that we staged 300 operas, and now we have about 50 performances in our repertoire. It was a difficult task to choose what performances to present at the festival. The Artistic Council worked hard on this issue, but first of all, we are still focused on our classical productions. For example, Abai and Carmen operas. These operas are very popular with the audience, as well as the Swan Lake and Romeo and Juliet ballets. The Abai Kazakh State Academic Theatre is located at Panfilov Street in Almaty. It is one of the symbols of the southern capital. The building is built in the classicism style with a touch of traditional elements, which reflects the theatre's repertoire, which includes the masterpieces of national art along with world classical productions. The history of the famous theatre started in 1934, when the newly opened music studio was reorganized into a theatre. The number of creative team members did not exceed 100 people at that time, and the companies were divided into Kazakh and Russian troops.
Вот эта экспозиция, которую мы видим в фойе второго этажа, сделана специально для фестиваля оперы и балета.
If we talk about the exposition on the second floor, it was opened specifically for the festival.
Предоставлены архивом кинофото документов. Вот специальный театр делал запрос, и им предоставляли.
The photographs were taken from the archive. They also tell the history of the theater.
Отражают историю театра, но я бы назвала это история театра в лицах. Мы на этом стенде видим Куляш Байсеитову.
Here we see Kulyash Baysetova, Shara Zhenkulova, and Dina Nurpeisova. Those people are the first artists and directors who staged their first performances in this theater.
Режиссеры, те, которые в этом театре ставили первые спектакли.
10 years after the opening of the musical theater, the Abai opera, the pearl of Kazakh opera, was staged at the theater. Traditionally, each season begins with this production in the theater, which was named in honor of the great Kazakh enlightener Abay Kunanbayev. The opera unites four great personalities: the magnificent libretto written by Awezov, the brilliant music created by Zhubanov and Hamidi, and of course, the story about the life of Abay.
Это самая, мы уже это обсуждали, одна из не только самых красивых по своему музыкальному, да.
This is not only one of the most beautiful operas in terms of its musical component, but it is also an opera where, from the composer's point of view, we learn about the entire European composers' school. We are proud that we have this opera in our main repertoire.
У нас есть в театре в качестве основного текущего репертуара.
Театр оперы и балета имени Абая – это мой родной дом практически, потому что очень много лет.
Abai Opera and Ballet Theatre feels like home for me. I have been working for many years at this theatre. The 85th anniversary is a great celebration and a great event in the life of our country, because it is the main theatre of our country.
Вообще в жизни нашей страны, потому что этот театр Абая – это, как говорится…
I am very happy that the festival was launched with the Abai performance today. I love this performance. I was glad to meet with my colleagues.
Сегодня начался фестиваль именно спектаклем Абай. очень люблю этот спектакль. Я рада была опять встретиться со своими коллегами.
The applause of the audience was joined by applause from the invited conductors and soloists who arrived in Almaty to participate in the festival.
An honor seeing the most well-known opera in Kazakhstan performed on the stage here in Almaty. And what I can say is that there's a real passionate connection that you feel that you're experiencing something very unique when you see this opera on this stage with these wonderful singers and this wonderful orchestra. So it was a real pleasure for me, a real honor for me to see that performance.
Christopher Okasek will also conduct on the day after tomorrow. Now, together with the soloists, he is working on the Carmen opera. The young American conductor is well known to foreign audiences as a bright and distinctive musician, collaborating with leading theater groups in the United States, Europe, and Asia. The music of Georges Bizet is popular as one of the main opera music. The production gained a new interpretation. The scenery of the Spanish town was changed to modern realities at the Abai theater. The music and libretto remained the same.
Этот спектакль особенный в нашем репертуаре, потому что это первый спектакль.
This performance is a special one because it is the first performance in Kazakhstan when the classical opera is created in the Art Nouveau style with the transfer of action into modern reality. This performance created a stir in the society. People had different opinions about it. The premiere took place in 2015. The performance is held with a full house every time. There's still interest in this production. I got an idea to stage this performance when I participated in trainings under the direction of Lorenzo Moriani in Italy.
Профессора Лоренцо Мориани.
Soloists of Abai Theatre, Oksana Davidenko plays the role of Carmen. The Almaty public is eager to see the soloist of the Bolshoi Theatre, Oleg Dolgov, as he performs the part of Don Jose.
Акустика, по-моему, прекрасная, все хорошо летит.
The acoustics is perfect. We have a professional orchestra and choir. Everything is done well. I got acquainted with the conductor and solo performance. Everything is actually at a very good level. As it was predicted, Carmen Opera gathered a full house again, adults, youth, children. The imperishable history and magnificent music of Georges Bizet did not leave anyone indifferent, no matter in what century the action took place.
The performance today was excellent, and I think it's a lovely performance, and this theater always has great production. I always come here for ballet and opera performances. Excellent performance, great.
The Abai Kazakh State Academic Theatre has become the home for many soloists. Janel Tukeyeva is a leading soloist of the ballet troupe, and she started her career here. Her parents are honored workers and cultural workers of Kazakhstan, Murat and Mayra Tukeyev. They also worked in this theatre. It was not a surprise that after studying in Almaty and then in St. Petersburg, Janel decided to return to Kazakhstan.
Наш театр – это наш альма-матер, то есть здесь зародилась…
Our theatre is our alma mater. The choreographic art of Kazakhstan appeared here and it further expanded to other cities. I have been working in our theatre since 2006. I started my career as a soloist of the Corps de Ballet and then became the leading soloist of the ballet company. This evening, Janel will again play the role of Juliet. Leading soloist of the theatre, Azamat Askarov, will play the role of Romeo. The role of Juliet, as she admits, is one of her favorite roles. Juliet's character is close to her. She is a funny and light-hearted girl in the beginning of the play. And by the end of the performance, she turns into a decisive young lady.
Это спектакль всемирно известного хореографа Юрия Григоровича, который в 2010 году…
This is a play directed by famous choreographer Yuri Grigorovich, which he staged with our troupe in 2010. We are proud to have this play in our repertoire.
Похвастаться, что это не первая постановка.
This is not the first time Yuri Grigorovich staged a ballet in our theatre, as the first was The Legend of Love.
Что это замечательный балет с определенной интерпретацией хореографа.
There are many productions directed by Lavrovsky, Macmillan, and there are a lot of modern versions, but Grigorovich performances are one of the most popular ones.
Макмиллана и очень много современных версий. Но спектакли Григоровича – это бренд.
The ingenious ballet deserves a good musical accompaniment. For this purpose, the theaters invited maestro Dorian Wilson to conduct during the performance. Over the years, he collaborated with leading musical groups in Europe and America. This is not his first visit to Kazakhstan, but it is his first to collaborate with Abai Theater.
So I was always hoping to do something here. So I'm very happy to have done it. Very few rehearsals. It's been very pleasant. They're very professional, and because they're professional, it makes my job easy. And I think that at the performance tomorrow night, it's also going to be. I'm looking forward to a lot of emotion also coming from the orchestra.
Indeed, the play is very emotional. Not only the orchestra and soloists, but also the audience can feel these emotions. Admiration, gratitude, and appreciation. The applause of the public, as you know, is the best remedy for fatigue. The Swan Lake Ballet has been staged for 80 years at the Abai Kazakh State Academic Theatre. During this time, Almaty audience saw how Zoya Pluzhnikova and Galina Ulanova performed the part of Odette. In different times, the premieres took place with the versions created by Zhukov, Kovalev, and Burtsev.
В 2016 году он был немного обновлен.
In 2016, the ballet was slightly updated in terms of scenography, scenery, costumes, and color score. The minor adjustments were made to revive the performance.
Мною, чтобы как-то спектакль более оживить.
For the festival display of the legendary ballet, the leading soloists of the Mariinsky Theatre, Oksana Skorik and Yevgeny Ivachenko, were invited to Almaty. The Almaty Orchestra performed magnificent music by Pyotr Tchaikovsky under the leadership of maestro Arman Urazgaliev.
Знаете, замечательно. Наверное, это один из немногих опытов, когда все сошло.
You know, it was a wonderful performance. This is probably one of the few experiences when everything worked perfectly. The troupe was very nice and everyone was friendly. People helped us and created the good conditions for us. The audience greeted the soloists with loud applauses, and after a few moments, they personally thanked them for the performance in the lobby of the theater. It feels like we came home. People received us very warmly. The audience was glad to welcome us on the stage, as well as our Kazakh colleagues. The conductor played well as we did. We had a lot of performances together. We were impressed by the audience, the city, and the local soloists. You don't have to doubt the professionalism of the theater soloists. You just have to look at the global map of the world and find the places where Kazakh musicians, soloists, and dancers performed. Claudia Potemkina is a soloist of the Bolshoi Theater of Belarus, but she spent the first 7 years after graduation at this theater. The soloists of the Bolshoi Theater of Belarus will congratulate the theater with its anniversary on the next day, when the theater will host the most long-awaited theatrical event of the season, the gala concert.
Программа очень насыщенная, как мы немножко расскажем, сделаем экскурс по
The concert program is very rich and diverse. We will show the audience the historical moments of the theater, and they can also watch the old recordings of our theater.
Записи 43-го года, где наш
In 1943, our theater not only had the magnificent building, but acclaimed soloists like Байсетова and Жен Kulova, who performed at the theater.
Где мы видим наших корифеев, и Куляш Байситова, и Курманбека Джандарбекова, и Шара Жен-Кулова.
Gala Concert is a collection of short stories that incorporates the brightest works from the opera and ballet repertoire of the theater performed by leading soloists and those who once performed on this stage. Since its establishment, the Abai Kazakh State Academic Theatre gained recognition as the keeper of traditions. At the same time, the theatre company is open to innovations. Today, the history of the theatre is the story of great people and their talent. People did their best to create the masterpieces of performing art.